Hello, everyone. You're welcome. Welcome to the Growth Podcast. I am your host on this podcast. My name is John Ige. All right. In our last lesson, we spoke about what struggles or sacrifices are you willing to tolerate. We are still talking about purpose. The second question you need to ask yourself, the second strange question you need to ask yourself in order to find purpose, or that is a pointer to purpose, is that what makes you forget to eat? I said it's a strange question. All right. So what are those things that make you forget to eat? What are those activities that keep you all night? What we'll be looking here is not actually those activities, but we will be looking at the cognitive principles behind those activities that is exciting you, that makes you to stay at that position. Now I will explain what I'm talking about, because they can easily be applied to somewhere else if we are able to discern and discover the principles or the reason why you are staying up night, why you are staying on that activity. Now, personally, when I was way younger, I love video games. Oh, Jesus. I could play video games all day. Now, this is probably not a good thing, because that wasted a lot of my time. For many years, it was a problem. It was more or less like an addiction. I would sit on video games for hours, playing games upon games. It was until I gave up the game that my passion, that I discovered that my passion was not for video game, but my passion was for improvement. The reason why I wanted to be on video game, being good at something, trying again to be better. The games, everything, the graphic, the sound, etc., all these things are good. I'm living without it now, but it is the competition with others and myself that I thrive on. That what I enjoy doing is what is competition. All right, what I enjoy doing is what is to make myself better, and something that is wasting my time. Now, it's also important for you to discover whether those things are bad or good. What are the cognitive principles behind it? What is the underlying intent that is making you go for it? Because you see, when I applied that obsessiveness to self-improvement and competition in my own business, things changed in a big way. When I discovered that this time I'm using to play games, I could use it to practice WordPress designs. I became better doing WordPress. When I discovered that this time I'm spending playing video games, I could spend it on podcasts, talking to people. I became better as I go on. So I discovered that the desire is not necessarily video games, but the desire is what is improvement. Now, for you, it might not be video games. It could be something else. It could be organizing things. It could be teaching. It could be solving technical issues. You just discover that you love children. You love playing with children. All right, you love a lot of things. There are certain things that you just find as something interesting to you. Check the principle behind it. Don't just look at the activity, but at the cognitive principle behind it. What do you enjoy doing? What other activities to check out that you might enjoy doing? That is, I personally I enjoy playing game. I discovered that the desire for game is for self-improvement. I took that principle for self-improvement to something else, giving myself to books, giving myself to more studies, giving myself to more prayers, and I became better. This is very, very important if you will make progress, if you will discover purpose, because these are ingredients, these are the pointers, these are the signposts for you to really because when you begin to understand these principles, you will suddenly discover that your attention will be switched to why God has made you. All right, let me give you another one before I end this particular episode. Now, how can you better embarrass yourself? Oh, embarrassment. Dear friends, embrace embarrassment. Now, Mark Manson said something. He said, embrace embarrassment. He said, feeling foolish is part of the path of achieving something important, something meaningful. The more a major life decision scares you, chances are that the more you need to do it. Let me read that again. Embrace embarrassment. Feeling foolish is part of the path of achieving something important, something meaningful in life. The more a major life decision scares you, chances are that the more you need to do it. Let me just explain, because you might not really get what do I mean by embracing embarrassment. Now, before you become good at anything, you must become bad at it. Yes, anybody you see exceptional, all right, or majority of the people you see exceptional today, at a particular point in time, they were bad at it. But you know what they did? They embraced embarrassment. They went for it. There was a time they did not have clue about it. Some people, they dabbled into it. People insulted them, but they said, come on now, I will be better with this. If you avoid anything that could potentially embarrass you, then you will never end up doing something that you feel important. If you feel like, I don't want to get a no from a lady when I speak to a lady about relationship, you will never marry. You will never marry. You don't want to be embarrassed, you will never marry. Be ready to receive a no. You want to submit a proposal to schools, be ready to enjoy that atmosphere. Let that psychology be upon you. That if they are saying no to you now, a time will come, it will be a privilege to call you, to invite you to come and minister. Nobody is celebrating the grace now. Come on, keep on improving, keep on doing it, keep on working on yourself. It is important you understand what scares you for good reason, and do what? And go for it. Major decisions might come with an iota of fear. What will people say? What will my parents do? What will this one do? What will my friends say about this? I don't know how to speak. Just like Moses. All right, what will they say? Who sent me? And this and this. Do not go for it. And enjoy the insult of people. Just enjoy, embrace it. And suddenly, the more you are consistent with it, you will discover the change. All right.